For almost 5 decades, Voyager 1 has sailed solo into the limitless, quiet void beyond our solar system, a lone pioneer lost in the blackness, taking humanity's memory farther into space than anything has ever gone. It was once a beacon of exploration and innovation, but now it is more of a cosmic ghost ship, communicating silently in bits and pieces of information and whispers of Earth to the stars. Scientists had long thought its tale was about to conclude. Its power was dwindling, its instruments failing, and before long, its signal would be lost in the universe's background noise. But just as the world was about to say goodbye to the storied probe, something unthinkable happened. Voyager 1 altered its trajectory. The change wasn't ordered by Earth, nor was it caused by a mechanical failure. Rather, it seemed to have been created by the spacecraft itself. Stranger still, just days prior to this unscheduled maneuver, Voyager had detected a low-frequency hum, a noise that baffled every known source in NASA's vast archives. It had no discernible source, no relation to any known celestial occurrence, and no logical scientific explanation. Then, suddenly, the path of the craft changed, as if it were turning back or being pulled towards something out of sight. The question plaguing mission control was eerily simple. What did Voyager encounter out there in the darkness? To comprehend the enormity of this enigma, we must go back to where it all started. In 1977, NASA sent forth Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, identical twin spacecraft that were aimed to capitalize on an infrequent planetary alignment occurring only every 176 years. The mission's objective was ambitious, to make a grand tour of the outer planets, leveraging the gravitational influence of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune to catapult further into space. Voyager 1's mission was to take the first ever close-up photographs of Jupiter and Saturn, showing never-before-seen details to human eyes. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, Voyager 1 revolutionized the human knowledge of the solar system. Voyager 1 took photographs of erupting volcanoes on Io, surveyed Saturn's complex ring structures, and revealed the dense, golden haze of Titan's atmosphere. These photographs revolutionized planetary science. Once the mission was finished, the probe continued on, past Pluto's orbit, outside the heliosphere, and into interstellar space, a region never visited by anything human. Although its energy faded and its signals grew weak, Voyager's purpose stayed the same, to keep exploring, even as it floated in the emptiness of space. For decades, the probe sent weak but precious readings, pieces of data on plasma density, magnetic fields, and cosmic rays. But far along in its 46th year in space, something entirely unanticipated occurred. Voyager's instruments picked up a weak, persistent hum hidden within plasma wave frequencies. Initially, NASA engineers thought it was a malfunctioning sensor or electromagnetic interference. Yet, when the same signal appeared repeatedly, and was verified by multiple antennas across the deep space network, their skepticism turned to concern. The sound did not match any known cosmic phenomenon. It wasn't cosmic background radiation, nor a solar flare, nor a transmission from any identifiable direction. More strangely, it pulsed at perfect mathematic intervals, implying purposeful structure, as if a signal intended to be written down, not simply listened to. Researchers at Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, toiled around the clock, comparing the readings to all known cosmic events, but nothing fit. And then, out of the blue, Voyager 1 changed course. The shift was subtle but quantifiable, an action no one at NASA had taken. The realization coursed through mission control with shockwaves. If the command did not originate from Earth, what was responsible? Voyager's propulsion system, a radioisotope thermoelectric generator driving small, long idle thrusters, did not have a capacity for spontaneous motion. And yet telemetry indicated that the probe had changed its orientation intentionally, as if aligning itself with something in the depths of space. Engineers rushed to find the origin of the anomaly. Maybe it was a time-frozen routine, an ancient piece of code caused by a sensor malfunction. But the system logs revealed no such instruction. Even more mysterious, the new course aligned Voyager's camera array, which had lain dormant since the classic 1990 *** pale blue. *** photo, toward an empty part of space. One with no stars, no listed galaxies, and no detected gravitational signatures. The circumstances baffled logic. What on earth could Voyager possibly have picked up in that empty space? What on earth could make an uncooperative, 50-year-old probe refocus itself so accurately? Across 15 billion miles from home, there was no autopilot, no manual adjustment, no chance of interference. And yet, as far as anyone knew, it seemed to have made a choice. In the ensuing weeks, things became even weirder. Voyager's messages started coming in with minor distortions, slight variations in timing and frequency. When decoded further, the distortions picked up patterns within the signal, intricate, recurring modulations that were similar to binary sequences mixed in with harmonic resonances. These were not arbitrary transmission faults. The patterns recurred on many data packets, creating what appeared uncannily like structured communication. JPL's researchers consulted with cryptographers, artificial intelligence specialists, and human linguists to examine the results. They started to wonder whether these patterns were some form of response, or even recognition, as if Voyager was not only sensing something, but being noticed back. The idea that this might be a two-way communication, one that had been started decades earlier when human civilization left the golden record in space, excited and disturbed people. If an intelligence intercepted our signal, could it now be responding via Voyager itself? Senior-level meetings were held behind closed doors at JPL Pasadena. A small group of physicists, engineers, and mission veterans examined the anomaly. What was originally a technical malfunction had now become a deep debate. Some argued that the course shift was merely the death spasm of machinery on its last legs. Others claimed that the deliberateness of the motion and the pattern of the changed signal were too intentional to ignore. Maybe Voyager had gone into a gravitational distortion field, or passed through an electromagnetic anomaly never before seen. As additional data flowed in, one fact became increasingly difficult to deny: Voyager's signal patterns followed geometric ratios, symmetrical intervals, and harmonic feedback loops that duplicated the probe's transmission timing. It was as if something was mimicking or reflecting Voyager's behavior, a mirror in space. Scientists started to wonder a question no space agency had ever been ready to face: what if this isn't random? When news of the anomaly reached the broader scientific community, research institutions and independent observatories started conducting their own analysis. Some physicists hypothesized Voyager 1 had possibly entered into a dark matter interaction field or brushed against a spacetime distortion, the type endemic in tremendous gravitational events. But one study in particular gave scientists the shudders. A group of AI researchers fed Voyager's altered signal into pattern recognition programs and found mathematical commonalities with the Arecibo message, the binary radio signal that humanity sent into the cosmos in 1974. The parallels were inescapable. Some of the identical numeric sequences and structural signposts emerged within Voyager's new data stream, implying that someone, or something, had gotten our message and was answering through Voyager. Was this a statistical fluke or an actual cosmic response? When Carl Sagan and his crew mounted the golden record on Voyager 1, they meant it as a gesture, a poetic time capsule with greetings in 55 languages, world music, scientific charts, and a map of Earth's position with respect to pulsars. It was never really intended to be discovered. But now, decades after its launch, that same artifact could be the key. If some intelligence decrypted those charts, it would have exactly where we are. Voyager, the former icon of inquiry, might have become a beacon, transmitting our location into the universe for almost half a century. The ramifications are astounding, not merely for science, but for human security and survival. As NASA delves deeper into the changing data, internal documents suggest a subtle shift in procedure. Team members have been instructed to shun speculation regarding non-natural causes and to describe the event as a data anomaly in formal reports. But unofficially, they all confess their discomfort. Voyager's behavior, the trajectory change, the pattern signal, the harmonic answers, is not consistent with any known astrophysical process. It acts like an interaction, it reflects like intelligence, and it changes like awareness. And now, a silent terror shakes the scientific establishment. If a machine, floating free in the most desolate expanses of the cosmos, has actually experienced something that observes and reacts, then humanity is confronted with a question we have never had to pose before. Are we still the observers, or have we finally been observed?